Hello everybody. Today I want to talk about weeding with this machine or other tools and the importance. If you don't have your glasses on or if you look from a distance, this looks fine and you're like, okay, I will focus on planting, on my tomatoes or whatever you do in the spring. But I'll show you when you come closer. But I did already plant carrots here, so I could now choose to just put on a plastic for a few days, or I can burn the bed, because there are some weeds coming up, like these tiny ones, which then becomes half a meter high in the end. And there is something that has seeded over here, so there are some stuff coming here. But then I went here in the end. Look at that. You don't really see them, but when you come close, it doesn't take much to remove them. Optimally, you would do this in a warm, sunny day, because then the roots they dry easily. There is a risk that when you disturb them and they're touched to wet soil, that they will sprout and grow again. But if you don't have that weather conditions, you do something anyway. So you could look at this like a relationship, I guess. So you shouldn't wait to, let's say you have a partner and you want a good relationship. It takes care, just like your land and your farm. And if you want to have a successful relationship with your farm or otherwise, you should look at the needs before there is a problem, right? You should put in the work that you have to put in before it becomes a problem. So that means like to have your eyes with you and to listen and to look at stuff when they are small before things become big, and find a solution to deal with the small stuff as soon as possible. It's very easy in life and everything when things are small, that you put them under the rug, you put them behind, and you say, I'll do them later. Well, who doesn't sometimes? But it's always so rewarding if you manage to do things when they are small. So here I did the onions. I covered the onions with plastic the other day, quite some time ago. Let's see here. It's not on this one. I put it on the wrong sign. Well, the 10th of April, which is almost 2 weeks ago. And then I removed the plastic yesterday. And I was just looking in the beginning, and I have 3 different varieties. So it seems one variety was really much quicker than the other one. And if I would have had hot sunny days right now, these leaves would have been burned and it would have been just slower. Then my idea was to cover everything. I watered it and covered it to give it some extra heat to start growing faster. But here I had also thousands of weeds. I think the same. I think it was molla, like these tiny ones. So tiny. So because the onions are rooted and they are not so sensitive if you touch them a little bit, I took a pretty wide thing to go in between the onions. And I hope I will have a lawn mower till then, so I can so that I can just sprinkle grass on top of everything to kill small stuff as well. And I didn't show you, but what I did yesterday was that I put onions for this part of the bed had been very weed free because I had had it covered for half a year in the summer last year, and the rest was not. So I weeded the whole thing. Actually, it was full of clover and hardweeds, and it took some time to just prepare this bed for onions. And if I wait a few days now, I will see if I missed some roots because they will start produce more leaves, and then I can take the rest before I put down the onion. But here anyway, I do this like a spring onion, a salad onion. I put them really close, like this, and then I harvest the biggest ones for bunch. I put 5 in a bunch, like a salad onion, but they are actually just the regular onions you put down. And I leave a hole like this, and and then it comes a little bit of rain and the water goes down the hole, and eventually the soil will cover the hole. This works fine. This was 1.5 kilo that I put down here. I think it's 4 meters. Yeah, 1.5 kilo for 4 meters. It's 10 rows, and about 7 to 10 centimeters apart. And here I put them in 6 rows. Was it 5? No, 5. And 10 in between for big onions. So yeah, so that's just like, I'm not saying that I managed to follow this all the time, because sometimes I'm too optimistic and I think that I wanna, like right now, I have 88 beds, 11 for green manure, 77 for other stuff, and I feel like doing all of them, even though I'm working part-time with this and part-time with the cafe. And I'm thinking, yeah, maybe I'll get woofers or whatever. I don't know, it feels so horrible to have beds covered with plastic. I just want to use them. I just feel like using everything, but it's not realistic. Not if I go with my experience. We'll see. I just come here. I'll be here for between 4 and 6 hours. Maybe I work between 25 hours per week with this right now, and it's spring. Maybe I work a bit more in May, June, July, August. We'll see. I feel pretty relaxed this year so far. That's nice. And yeah, look at this. This is so cute. These are edible flowers that grow wild here. So I think pick them up because they're weeds, but I will plant them somewhere and just let them grow. And you can put them on cakes and they really taste sweet and nice. And this is another weed that you can eat. It comes really, really early in the spring. In Sweden it's called våtarv. I think it's called chickenweed. It's tasty, it's very fresh, and it has gorgeous, pretty flowers as well. But be aware, if you let them flower around, go to seed, you'll have them everywhere. And they're very easy to dig up. The root system is really easy to take up, but you don't want them everywhere anyway. But I will eat them. I can eat them, and nettles right now. That's the green stuff you can eat here. And you can also eat the leaves from the birch tree. Yeah, so you can, because I long to be able to have my own food and not eat from the shop anymore, to buy salads from far away, I will make salads from this kind of things now. And another thing I did yesterday, it doesn't look much right now, but after Easter they had ecological plants. They had extra price on chives. So it was just like $1, €1 almost, 15 Swedish crowns for one. And I divided each one of them into 5. So I planted them pretty close because I want them quick to be like a cover, to be like a mat to cover down weeds. So I can have them for midsummer, and because they take such a long time to grow from seeds. And this is such a quick fix to have your own chives. I think 1 square meter that I have here is pretty much enough for my sort of 40 customers or so. They don't want it all the time. Yeah, okay. Have a good day. Bye bye.